Ramification: a consequence or result that arises from a particular action or decision. The decision to close the factory had far-reaching ramifications affecting not only the workers but also the local economy. Rancorous: full of bitterness or resentment. The political debate turned rancorous as candidates attacked each other's character rather than discussing the issues. Rapport: a close and harmonious relationship. The therapist worked hard to build a strong rapport with her clients, creating a safe space for open and honest discussions. Rationale: the underlying reason or justification for something. The scientist presented a detailed rationale for conducting the research, explaining its potential benefits to society. Recant: to withdraw or retract a statement or belief. Under pressure from the authorities, the witness decided to recant their earlier statement in the trial. Recapitulate: to summarize or repeat the main points. In the conclusion of the presentation, the speaker will recapitulate the main points discussed throughout the talk. Reciprocate: to respond to an action with a corresponding one. When someone shows kindness, it is natural to reciprocate with gratitude and generosity. Reclusive: seeking or preferring isolation or seclusion. The famous author, known for being reclusive, rarely made public appearances or granted interviews. Rectitude: moral integrity and righteousness. The judge was known for their unwavering commitment to rectitude and fairness in the courtroom. Redundant: exceeding what is necessary or normal. The paragraph contained redundant information, repeating the same points multiple times. Refulgent: radiant or shining brightly. The sun's rays shone through the clouds, creating a refulgent display of colors during the sunset. Regale: to entertain or delight with stories or jokes. The storyteller would regale the children with captivating tales of adventure and magic. Reiterate: to repeat or say again. The teacher had to reiterate the instructions to the students several times to ensure they understood the assignment. Rejuvenate: to restore or make youthful again. The relaxing spa treatment helped rejuvenate her body and mind after a long week at work. Relegate: to consign or assign to a lower position or status. Due to the poor performance, he was relegated to a lower position in the team, losing his starting role. Relinquish: to give up or surrender. Despite his love for the vintage car, he had to reluctantly relinquish it due to financial constraints. Reminisce: to indulge in enjoyable recollection of past events. As they gathered around the fireplace, the family would reminisce about old times and cherished memories. Remonstrate: to protest or object strongly. The employees decided to remonstrate against the unfair working conditions and demand better treatment. Rendezvous: a prearranged meeting or gathering. They agreed to meet at the park for a romantic rendezvous under the starry night sky. Renegade: a person who deserts and betrays an organization or cause. The renegade soldiers formed a rebellious faction and refused to obey the military's chain of command. Renounce: to give up or reject, especially publicly. The prince decided to renounce his claim to the throne and live a life of simplicity. Repercussion: the unintended consequences or effects of an action. The company's decision to lay off workers had severe repercussions on the local economy. Repertoire: a stock of skills, abilities, or performances. The talented musician had an extensive repertoire, performing pieces from various musical eras and genres. Replete: full or abundant, especially in terms of food or ideas. After the holiday feast, the table was replete with delicious dishes and desserts. Reprehensible, deserving of blame or criticism. The politician's use of hate speech was widely condemned as reprehensible by the public and fellow lawmakers. Reprieve, a temporary relief or postponement. The last-minute evidence led to a reprieve for the wrongly convicted man, and he was released from prison. Reprimand, to scold or rebuke formally. The manager called the employee into the office to reprimand them for their repeated tardiness. Reprisal, retaliation or revenge for an injury or wrongdoing. The hostile country threatened to take military reprisals if the neighboring nation didn't comply with their demands. Reproach, to express disapproval or disappointment. Her disappointment in his actions was evident in the look of reproach she gave him. Reprove, to scold or criticize in a gentle or mild manner. The teacher took a moment to reprove the student for using inappropriate language in class. Repudiate, to reject or disown. The government was quick to repudiate the false rumors circulating about their policies. Repugnant, offensive, or disgusting. The offensive language used in the movie was deemed repugnant by many viewers. Rescind, to revoke, cancel, or repeal. The company decided to rescind the offer of employment after discovering discrepancies in the candidate's resume. Resilient, able to recover quickly from difficulties or setbacks. Despite facing numerous challenges, the team remained resilient and continued to strive for success. Resplendent, dazzling or brilliant in appearance. The bride looked resplendent in her exquisite white gown as she walked down the aisle. Restive, restless or uneasy, resisting control. The restless crowd became increasingly restive as they waited for the delayed concert to begin. Reticent, reserved or reluctant to speak. The normally talkative child became reticent and withdrawn after the traumatic experience. Reticulate, formed like a network, net-like. The intricate lace pattern on the wedding dress was beautifully reticulate, adding elegance to the gown. Retrograde, moving or directed backward. The company's retrograde decision to rely on outdated technology led to a decline in market competitiveness. Reverberate, to echo or resound repeatedly. The loud cheer from the crowd reverberated through the stadium as the home team scored the winning goal. Revere, to regard with deep respect and admiration. People around the world revere Mahatma Gandhi for his nonviolent resistance and leadership. Revile, to criticize or abuse with strong language. The angry mob began to revile the politician, accusing him of corruption and dishonesty. Revocable, capable of being cancelled or annulled. The contract had a revocable clause that allowed either party to terminate the agreement with prior notice. Rhapsody, an intensely emotional expression of feeling or enthusiasm. The pianist played a rhapsody that captivated the audience with its emotional intensity and beauty. Rhetoric, the art of persuasive speaking or writing. The politician's speech was full of persuasive rhetoric, aiming to win over voters for the upcoming election. Risible, capable of causing laughter, laughable. The comedian's jokes were so funny that the entire audience erupted in risible laughter. Robust, strong and healthy, vigorous. The robust economy showed strong growth, with low unemployment and high consumer confidence. Rogue, a deceitful and unprincipled person, a scoundrel. The city was plagued by a rogue thief who targeted wealthy homes in upscale neighborhoods. Rotund, plump or round in shape. The rotund man struggled to fit into the narrow airplane seat. Rueful, expressing sorrow or regret. After realizing the consequences of his actions, he wore a rueful expression on his face. Ruminate, to think deeply or ponder. After the meeting, he took some time to ruminate on the decisions made and their potential impact.